Nearly a dozen deaths have been attributed to the virus in the Turks and Caicos since it resurfaced nearly 3 weeks ago, and today animal experts and veterinarians are warning pet owners about the deadly endemic, which they say has an 85 to 95% fatality rate once infection has occurred in canines. The canine parvovirus is a highly contagious virus, mainly affecting dogs, which causes respiratory or cardiovascular failure in young puppies and can ultimately lead to death.
Parvovirus is the virus that we're currently dealing with. Parvovirus has been around since about 1970. It has slowly become an endemic disease here. Endemic meaning it's here now permanently. We see outbreaks of it about probably every 2 or 3 months. We get a flurry of it corresponding to when those puppies are now of an age that they are susceptible to it. It's not that we have an epidemic currently. It's always here. It's just that whenever we have a new crop of puppies, we see lots of cases of it because there's lots of puppies. It is a virus that lives outside of the animal, in the soil, for a very long time.
A volunteer veterinarian for the Turks and Caicos Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, Richard Sefcik, tell News 4 that puppies are most vulnerable to the virus, and signs include severe vomiting and severe hemorrhaging and diarrhea.
It affects the intestinal tract mainly. Once it destroys the lining of the intestinal tract, it allows a severe infection, a variety of severe infections, to invade that dog's body, and that's what just overwhelms it, and that's why the puppy dies.
Dogs can become infected of the canine parvovirus through oral contact and feces, infected soil that carries the virus. 3 to 4 days following infection, the virus is shed in the feces for up to 3 weeks, and the dog may remain a carrier and shed the virus periodically. Parvovirus is usually more deadly when infested with worms or other intestinal parasites.
It is in the environment. If it's in the ground, it's on another dog. The dog gets it by licking or ingesting it orally. It takes a very small amount of contamination to affect the dog. So if the dog is sitting in dirt or mud, as it cleans itself, as it eats something that's been on the ground, if that particle has been contaminated, which it probably has, that dog will develop parvovirus.
The virus is not transmittable from dogs to different species of animals, nor can it be contracted from pets to humans. Executive Director of the TCS/PCA, Susan Blair, says the TCS/PCA is currently corresponding with local clinics and the Department of Environmental Health to better track the virus and educate the public.
Just to be aware, the first signs are very important. If you have a little puppy, if it stops eating and drinking for 1 day, at the most 2, puppies do not stop eating and drinking unless there's something wrong with them. So that's the time to say, have they had their vaccinations? I need to get my puppy to the vet. And if you leave it for more or 2 or 3 days, you could be then in that critical stage where the virus has really sort of taken its roots in the puppy. And by coming in then, it may be too late to actually save the puppy.
There are vaccines available to combat the virus. However, officials say early detection can lead to an 80% survival rate for dogs. Officials say regular vaccination is extremely important to your pet's safety, and keeping your pet away from other pets until it has completed its series of vaccinations is the best way to protect your pup. For more information on the canine parvovirus, you are asked to contact the TCS/PCA at 941-8846. For WIV4 News, I'm Angie Saint.